Welcome to Field to Fork Cooking with Abby J. Today's program is brought to you in part by Ingles Supermarkets and the Ingles Table. Now here's chef and host of the show, Abby J, to introduce her special guest for today's show.
Happy summer and welcome to Field to Fork. This is a very special episode with my Ingles Table guest, Deborah Adams. Welcome to the show, Deborah.
Thank you for having me at your beautiful home and farm, forest. It's God's country.
Well,
here.
The Northeast Georgia mountains is really known for our beautiful mountains and farm and river.
Yes, fishing.
And I'm just so excited you're here.
I'm happy to be
you are
here.
part of the Ingles Table. The Ingles Table is a magazine and a group of home chefs, and I've invited you here today and tell the audience what you plan to do.
Today I'm going to cook a French onion and leek tart. And it's so simple, and when you get through with it, it's very fancy and all your friends will love it.
And guess what? Vidalia onions are in season.
Yes, and that's the perfect onion for this tart.
Oh, I know this is going to make a perfect pairing for any meat, especially. What do you normally pair it with?
Well, I like it for brunch with fruit, or you can use it as an appetizer, or you can have it as a meal with salad. You could,
Nice.
You could throw on, you could use it as a side dish.
Well, it looks very, very healthy. It's beautiful. And for the recipe, Deborah's got the recipe in this magazine. Go to your local Ingles Deli. This is where this is found. And there's a lot of other chefs that have their recipes in here. And we try to stay in season. But if you're looking for something quick, easy, healthy, then you need to try this recipe. So let's get started.
Okay. I have started with 3 sweet onions and 3 leeks, and I have sliced those. I put 2 tablespoons of olive oil and 2 tablespoons of butter. Let that melt. We are sweating these.
Oh, it smells so good in here.
We're not actually sauteing. We're just trying to get all the moisture out of the onions.
Right.
So they'll be sweet.
And it's for the tart too,
Yes.
the moisture.
For the crust.
For the crust,
we
right.
need we need the moisture out to keep the crust fresh. Okay, I'm going to show you how I cut this Vidalia onion.
Okay.
Mother Nature has helped us with this. I'm going to first take off the root.
And I love Vidalia onions.
I do
They
too.
are in season, and I love to stuff them. I love, just to have them on the grill. Onion rings, just it's really, really nice to get things farm fresh.
That's for sure.
So-
And there's no fresher place in Georgia to get
Right.
them.
So you were born in Tennessee, right?
I was born in Tennessee. I was actually born in Ohio, and I was raised in Tennessee. And both my parents' families had farms.
Right.
So I grew up always having access to big gardens.
And he was a butcher. Your dad was
My
a
dad
butcher.
was a butcher by trade. He owned a grocery store, and he owned a little grub pub.
Tell us how you became part of the Ingles Table, Deborah.
Well, I became part of the Ingles Table when my daughter Jasmine Queen introduced me to it.
The Queen.
Yes, the Ingles Table Queen.
I love your daughter.
Yes.
Jasmine brings
Yes.
so much life and personality.
She is.
She's a lot like I am in
Yep.
so many ways, and I just love her. She
She's bubbly.
absolutely, absolutely.
Well,
And,
I knew about Ingles through her, and Knoxville, Tennessee, which is the next town up from where I live in Tennessee, we're opening a new Ingles stores, and that's how I kind of became involved in it, because I live in Tennessee, and they wanted a chef, a food expert that lived nearby that could come in and show some recipes.
well, they couldn't have found a better one, y'all.
There I
because
was.
everything I've seen that you've prepared is really, really nice. French. You did go to France. We got to share that with the audience.
Yes.
I went to France and I took some cooking classes too. Where did you go?
I went to Saint-Remy in Provence to a school called Seasons of Provence Culinary Arts School.
So how long were you there?
I was only there a month. It's not a certified course, but it's taught by culinary professional.
Yeah, why not go to France?
So
that's awesome.
So I had always been interested in cooking in France, so I made that a goal of mine to be in France by the time I was 50. So that's where I went.
Well, you did. Hey, all your dishes look amazing. So
Well, thank you.
we're gonna cut this onion and
Yes.
get this started.
We just cut these in slices, cut it in half, and if you'll notice, Mother Nature showed us where to make our slices.
Right.
Just follow the little green lines, and you will have about 3 millimeter thick slices there.
Nice.
And you do that to 3 of those, and then we need to cut up our leek.
Make sure you wash the leek.
Tip number 1. And Mother Nature showed us where to cut the leek too. You will notice on every leek stem, I cut off the bad part of the stem.
Right.
But when it splits, cut it about 1 inch from there. And sometimes they're very tough, like that one is. And then we're going to cut off the root. And then we're going to slice it in the middle. And back to Abby's point, this is where you really need to be sure you wash it well. Cut off plenty of the root so it separates.
There
and
you
you're
go.
going to run this under cold running water.
Okay.
And when they're nice and clean, we're going to cut those in little half rounds. And we'll have 3 of those in here with the Vidalia onions. Now these have been sweating with the lid on for about 20 minutes. So I've taken the lid off. We're going to put in our Mediterranean herbs and salt and pepper to taste. Stir that up, and the next step we'll be putting in our green onions, and they only go in for about 10 minutes because they're little. And usually I'll use more than this, but these are pretty good size.
Those are big.
Onions, so
They're normally half that size.
exactly. So we're going to do those sort of like the leeks and just cut each one in half. And then we're just going to chop.
What do you like most about being on the Ingles table?
You know, I really like the thought that Ingles does so much for the communities where their stores are.
Absolutely.
Not
With
only-
COVID, my goodness, I can't commend the stores, the drivers, everybody that I've come in contact with. They have been just, they go out of their way to help every customer. They're very
do that.
conscientious, very caring, very, I don't know another store out there that cares about their community, their customers like they do.
And they have outreach programs. I love their tools for schools.
Right.
Because if you use your Ingles card in the store, they're going to contribute some money to the local schools.
And that's great.
And they also contribute to food for children.
Yeah, education is important.
Very,
Yeah.
children and education. So that's great. But then I get to meet people like Abby J, and I get to hang out with my daughter, and hey.
And make a lot of new friends. And
Exactly.
I like it because it's always something that you can create and share with others that are learning how to incorporate ingredients and make easy recipes. We don't try to make it hard, we make it easy.
That's exactly my point. And sometimes there's one real simple little thing that makes it work perfectly, and nobody knows about it. And that's why I'm going to show you about this tart.
Okay.
To start with your crust, while these are finishing up, you know what? We should probably go ahead and drain these. And I'll show you how to do the pie crust. I'll put those right in there.
Here, I'll help.
Thank you. Yeah, there we go. That'll work. All right. To begin with, you put your pie crust in the tart pan, run it at the sides. You take a fork and you dock it to let the steam escape, so you'll have a place for your filling to go. And this is especially important to keep the pie crust down so your filling will fit in. I put parchment paper, fill it with beans, cook it for 400 for 15 minutes, take it out, let it cool.
Another good cooking tip.
And that is a tip
Yeah.
a lot of people don't know about.
Yeah.
So take those out, and we're ready to add our filling. And it's just that simple. You're going to put this in the oven at 400 for about 20 minutes.
It looks delicious.
And let it cool a little bit, and you're ready to have brunch, lunch, appetizers.
Okay,
Or a snack on the deck.
All right. We're going to put this in the oven, and we'll be right back.
From all of us at Ingles, we just want to say thanks so much for your support. Because when you support us, you're supporting hundreds of local farms and businesses in the states we call home. You see, that's where we source as much of our food as possible. From our local dairies to grass-fed beef to organic produce to bakeries just around the corner. We really are one team and one community. Ingles, we're with you every step of the way.
Shop securely. Work effectively. Learn at lightning speed. Kinetic by Windstream has made major investments in our network in your community, so you can be completely connected at home. Connect to great offers for business or home at windstream.com.
Welcome back to Field of Fork, and we just took out this delicious French onion and leek tart, and wow, does it look delicious.
Thank you, thank you. I've added some fresh herbs to the top just for a little extra flavor.
Nice, I can smell the rosemary.
Right. And if you would like some more recipes, see our Ingles magazine for more great recipes, tricks, and tips. And it's at ingles-markets.com. Come and see us.
Oh, thank you, Deborah, and thank you for being on the show today.
Thank you for having me.
I can't wait to try this with some of my fly fishing guests, and
Ooh, that'll be
maybe
fun.
You and Jasmine can come visit soon.
Love to.
The garden will be in, so.
And we'll pick some more fresh herbs.
Absolutely, absolutely. Thank you so much, and we'll be right back.
At Ingles, we know the ever-present struggle of what am I going to make for dinner this week? That's why we started the Ingles Table. It's a website that brings the best chefs and food experts right into your kitchen. You can sort through hundreds of recipes for every occasion, watch how-to videos, and print shopping lists to take to the store. It's all waiting for you at inglestable.com.
Until next time, I'll see you online.
Ingles. Low prices, love the savings.
Welcome back to Field of Fork, and today my next guest is Jerry Lynn Whitfield, a native of White County. And I want to tell you something, Jerry Lynn, I'm so really excited about having you on the show. First of all, for bringing a very specialty market that was well needed for our community, which is a Chattahoochee cheese market. Welcome.
Thank you, Abby, and it's so good to be here and to represent our cheese market, that's for sure.
So what inspired you to open this? I know you've been a school teacher, your husband was in construction, but did you just have a passion for cheese and meats?
We did. We went, my husband and I love to travel to Europe, and the European way of eating is the charcuterie boards, of course. So that kind of got us the inspiration. And I inherited the building. It's been in my family for over 50 years. So once I inherited it and retired from teaching school, my daughter says, I always thought we'd be in a family business. I'm like, family business? What? So we decided to open the market as a Chattahoochee Cheese Market and offer Helen something different.
Well, you're not only offering Helen, let me tell you folks, she's offering my fly fishermen that come from all over a specialty market. I don't have to go to Atlanta. I can go over there. She does charcuterie boards. She's going to talk to us about all the different things that she provides. And this is, like I said, well needed. And I've just heard people rave over it.
Good. And a few things that we do have for the fishermen, for the locals, and that's kept us going have been our box lunches. So we do specialty sandwiches. We do panini style mostly, but you can have build your own. So you get a box lunch with chips, a pickle, and one of our homemade cookies, for a great price to take with you on hikes like I know you enjoy doing, Abby. So,
Yeah, Sunday was 4 miles.
there you go.
Yeah.
And our charcuterie boards, a lot of our local wineries, we have many local wineries, and we promote those. We want to promote everyone in the area, so we make our charcuterie boards for you to take, or we provide some to our wineries so you can pick up at the winery itself.
Well, and there's so many different types of cheeses and things, and also you have a Georgia grown section. That means so much. You did so well selling during COVID, and you were, tell them about what you did.
Well, at COVID, when it shut us down, it didn't really shut us down because we're an essential business. So I decided to sell outside to make people a little more comfortable. And we had coolers and we sold cheeses out there for $5, and boy, we racked them in there. And we kept our sandwich boxes going.
It was kind of a way to introduce your business too, because you haven't been open that long, but every time I go by there, you're packed. I mean, that's a good thing. And like I said, I just find I think we had the brie. What sandwich did we have?
We had the Jammin' Pig.
Oh, that was delicious.
With some of your habanero peach preserves on there.
Right.
It's good.
So tell us about the charcuterie boards. Can they order them, or how does that work?
Right. We have 3 sizes, a small, medium, and a large. And when you call, we like to, it says on there 2 meats, 3 meats, but I personally like to make those boards filled up with wonderful things. So
Just
I put
look
all
at
our
that.
boar's
That
head
is...
chubs on there. We put some smoked Gouda, some cheddar cheese, and then we give you a surprise cheese. It might be a little goat cheese in the middle. It may be some sharp cheese. So we like to surprise you up with, of course, olives and pickles. So you get a good variety, and that's a filling little snack for people.
Absolutely.
We also have our picnic baskets. I have just a variety of things in there for people that are up for the weekend. They want to take a little trip somewhere. They want to hike with their loved ones, or if they are loved ones, but they can take the picnic basket and fill it up too, and come and get a sandwich, come and get one of our fresh bakery items. We have some great fresh bakery. We do also have an espresso bar. We make a great cold brew for these hot, sultry days. That is the way to go.
Oh, that's delicious.
Yeah, it's
I love
a little
it.
bit different than just iced coffee. It's not iced coffee.
That'll give you a little kick when
Kick
you're,
in there,
kind
there
of,
you go.
yeah, it's so hot you just feel like passing out.
Right.
Well, I assure you, I've had this.
It's good.
I don't really need a lot of it either, so.
And then, of course, we have a lot of craft beers, and we try to support our locals. So we carry our Tantrum, we carry all of our Georgia crafters. So we have a variety of craft beers. So we're known a little bit specialty different.
I think that you've got such a great specialty shop that just appeals to the tourism that we're getting, because there's so many campgrounds. There's Unicoi State Park, there's cabins at, Salty Mountain Retreat. You have so many places these people are going to and trying to get out of the hustle of the city, and who wouldn't?
Right.
I mean, it's like I said, this is just a treasure. And what other sandwiches do you make?
Well, on our website, you can go to our ChattanoogaCheeseMarket.com, and at the bottom, the Facebook and Instagram site has our menu. So this one that I'm featured today is called the Mamacita. So she's a little spicy girl, and my daughter came up with that. I thought, it's typical of her. So a great little Mamacita, Sausalita turkey with chipotle cheese, chipotle mayo. So you got a little kick in that one. We got a kicking horse. We got a new one we're putting out, and we let one of our VIP travelers try it, and it's called the Italian Stallion.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, it's a good one also. So we've got about 6 specialty sandwiches
So
we do.
a great variety. So you're not going to go in every time and order. Well, you might, because I fell in love with the one I had Sunday. So it's just a great, delicious sandwich. And you do biscottis. Do y'all make
all that's handmade? I have a sister-in-law that's an excellent baker.
Wow.
And she hand makes everything from scratch, so it's delicious.
Yeah, that's amazing that you can't find a lot of bakers unless you just go to a regular bakery. So that's a great addition to have as well. So if they're looking to do a party, do you do any catering?
We do. I don't call it catering because I sell you my cheese and my meats. So if you want some cheese and meats and a boards or something, we will set you up, and I'll put it in there for you to sell you some cheese and meats and set it up for you.
Wow, that's great.
Give you a baggie when I leave. I'll leave you with all the goodies.
So what do you like most about this business?
The people. Coming in and seeing everyone, because I'm an old retired school teacher, so I've got the gift of gab. So
really, you think you do?
So I enjoy the people coming in and meeting everyone and there's just, in our locals, I love our locals. I love our area. So I was raised in this area.
Well,
So.
you are a perfect fit for what you're doing. I can't congratulate you enough in this business, and I just want to keep you. I hope you keep on expanding, because I will keep coming for sure.
And I appreciate you and the Georgia Grown folks that we have all the variety of specialties that I can offer there.
Yes, and
So-
Georgia Grown loves its retailers. I mean, we all are a family. We work close together, and we always promote each other.
Right.
So you'll get to meet more and more of those vendors as you continue with your business. So tell the audience where you're located and how to find you.
We're on the north end of Helen, Georgia, so 75 North, right at the intersection of Unicoi State Park. We sit on the left-hand side there. So you can't miss us. An old motorcycle sitting in front with some flowers in it. You can't miss that.
Yeah, I tell if you're coming from Lake Burton, though, or from my place, get on 356, go till it dead ends 7 miles, and there you are.
Right. There I am. I'm right in your face. That's
Yes,
it.
absolutely.
Yeah.
Well, good luck to you. I know you're going to do great, and I really appreciate you being on the show today.
Thank you, Abby.
And it looks beautiful.
Thank you so much, and I'm so glad to be here with you.
Thank you, and we'll be right back. Welcome back to Field of Flora. Thank you so much for joining us today. I really thank the Ingles Table and Chattahoochee Cheese Market for coming here, bringing this delicious spread of food. Remember, go out, support our Georgia Grown members, all the artisans that have had a difficult time during COVID. We all must thank a farmer, and we'll see you next time.
Thanks so much for joining us for today's program. We look forward to having you back next time on Field to Fork Cooking with Abby J. This program is brought to you in part by Ingles Supermarkets and the Ingles Table, and is a video production of Kinetic TV.